Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the Random and Wonderful podcast, a podcast where I chat about those random questions that end up being wonderful conversations. I'm your host, Grace Simmons, and I'm the founder of the Amethyst Palaver Hut. I'm a confidence and mindset coach, and my goal each episode is to support you on your journey of becoming a more grounded and emotionally balanced person. Today's episode is about fear, opportunity, and the fulfillment that comes with vulnerability. Stay tuned. So my initial thought of vulnerability is weakness or being frail or fragile or even childlike. Being vulnerable is trying something new, trying to communicate feelings, or asking for help. The real issue here is fear. What if I fail when I try something new? What if people hate me for communicating how I truly feel? What if I'm misunderstood and I have to start that presentation over? What if people think I don't know what I'm doing if I ask for help? Now I understand it to mean open and accepting of myself. So quick story, I've mentioned that one of my challenges to overcome my fear of public speaking was to get involved with improv and doing some acting. So an opportunity came up. I saw something on Facebook about a networking event just to meet other people that are part of that industry and just chat. I got so excited, as I normally do, and I RSVP'd. And as the time got closer, I started panicking. A list of my internal thoughts. I'm just a novice. These are people who are experts in their field. They're experts in their craft. And I'm not gonna know what to say, or I'm gonna stand out in the wrong way. I'm pretty sure all these other people have much longer resumes than I do. I'm not gonna understand anything they're talking about. It's all the way in DC and there's no parking. What would I even wear? Should I try to be artsy? Wear bright colors? Will I look like I'm trying too hard? Will there be food? I researched the company that was hosting the event because I wanted to make sure it wasn't a scam. I researched the person who posted the actual event on Facebook. I looked at the location. I tried looking up different resources and memorizing my resume so I knew what I could say. And finally, I just had to make the decision that I was actually going to go to this event. I was going to get there on time and I was going to leave after 2 hours. I was still anxious about everything else, but it helped because at least I knew that my answer was yes. So I decided to do my parking. I do Spot Hero, which saves a little bit on parking cost. And then I knew that I was going to wear all black because that's what I was comfortable in, and a cute little sweater with some purple in it. I even rehearsed my introductions, what I was going to say to other people. You know, when you need to do something important and instead you procrastinate and you hope for some odd reason that it will resolve itself. And of course it never actually does, which is so rude. So I decided, that was when I was halfway dressed, that I was going to go fix the rim or the rim covers on my car. They had just been delivered today, and for some reason, I just could not wait until Friday to do this. I thought right now, it's definitely the time that I should do that. So I went outside with a bottle of an old or empty bottle of olive oil, and I used that as a mallet because I didn't actually have a mallet. Did my tires. I was so proud of myself. And then, of course, I finally ran in, got dressed, did my makeup, and was ready to go. After 45 minutes of driving, maybe the last 10 was actually in DC proper. Of course, one of the rim covers fell off, hitting one of the 50,000 potholes that are in DC. And yes, there were some aggressive words that I said to absolutely no one. But when I got there, I was already there. Was no point of being upset, and I just left. Because of my own delay of trying to be a mechanic at the last minute, I got there 45 minutes late. So I agreed with myself that I was going to still keep to my 2 hours. It was just going to be pushed back a little bit. When I got there, I noticed that there was this little huddle of introverts right at the door. And I thought, oh, perfect. These are my people. And after introducing myself to the host, I kind of inched my way into their circle and stood there, and we all ran around introducing ourselves. And after a few minutes, we all ran out of things to say, and we were broken apart because one extrovert went and grabbed her friend, and she was like, come on, we got to go meet other people, and just took her along and left our little safety circle open. And that was a great reminder, like, oh yeah, there are other people here at this event that I should probably talk to. I ended up staying much longer than I actually intended to. And I ran into so many people who were just so excited, one, to meet other people, which was just a funny thought that we've been so used to being at home, especially for those of us who work at home, being at home, not communicating with other people in person. And so to have an event where people are just happy and they're talking about things and they're nervous, like it was such a great energy that was across the room. Even the host was nervous because it was their first event. They weren't sure what was going to happen. They weren't sure people were going to show up. And you could see, like, as the night went on, they were relieved at, first off, the reaction and all the different people that were participating and just the excitement that was going on within the room. I know that I never would have had the opportunity to engage the way I did if I had attended a virtual meetup or like having this conversation over text. It would not have been the same, and I really would have missed out. So 2 amazing things happened that night. One, I met a young Black woman who was asking me questions, me, the new person, questions, and I actually had answers for her. I was so internally proud of myself. But it was nice to just be able to have a conversation and encourage her on her journey. And even though her career path was completely different than mine, because I had met other people that night, I was able to introduce her. They had conversation. And I think she benefited from their experience or their years of experience. So that was really cool. Another neat thing was that I won the prize of the raffle turned whatever that toss is that brides do with the bouquet toss. That's it. So I ended up winning the like a sweater from that. And again, that just added to I was so happy that I left and that I actually engaged in this event. Because I would have missed out. I would have missed out on the people. I would have missed out on the fun. I would have missed out on the connections that I made that night. So because I was willing to be vulnerable as not weak, but being open and accepting myself as I was more in a position to listen and learn and then offer advice based on my experience. Carol Dweck highlights a term, or she coined these terms called fixed mindset and growth mindset. And a fixed mindset is a very like limited perspective of your intelligence and of your abilities. Whereas a growth mindset, there's always the I can do this, or I can learn more, I can grow more. And when it comes to vulnerability, I think seeing it as an opportunity is an example of a growth mindset. Instead of saying, well, I am, I'm just afraid to do this. That's more of a fixed mindset where you create your own barriers and you keep yourself stuck. So if we are able to lean into those opportunities where we can try something new or be more open about our feelings or ask for help, we are growing ourselves in such an amazing way that we are actually able to develop and enjoy the adventure along the way. So here are a few tips that could help you as you're going on your journey. Make a decision first to say yes. Don't go back and forth if maybe you want to do it or no. Either if it's a no, then it's no. But if it's a yes, then you can do a little research, get comfortable, figure out what it is exactly that you want to do. Facebook is amazing when it comes to finding support groups or interest groups, and being very specific, like learning to skate in the DMV. You can also attend YouTube University and watch a bunch of videos of other people who have done it already and learn from them. And then you just figure out what works best for you. If you're trying to communicate your feelings, write it down first. Like as it comes out, uneven, inaccurate, half sentences, whatever it is, write it all down first. You can edit it and you can make it sound a little bit better later, but write it out. Like get it all out of your head and on paper or on a notebook or in a voice recording. And then practice with someone else that you trust. Now, keep in mind, you may need to provide some context so that they can actually give you an accurate advice for what it is that you need to say. And it may be a little awkward, but if it's important to you, then you should do it. Lastly, if you struggle to ask for help, one, no one knows what you know until you tell them. So if you're worried about being dumb or looking stupid, I need you to push past that feeling. And trust me, I get it. It doesn't really go away. It does get quieter with practice, but it doesn't go away. So push past that feeling and ask anyway. And if you're like me and you tend to go down a rabbit hole, I would encourage you to write down specifically what you want to ask of the person. So if I need help going back to roller skates, I need help roller skating. I may need help trying to get the type of skate. So I'm going to reach out to somebody who I know skates or who's familiar with skating and like get their advice. Just make it really simple. If you start to go on this entire thing and, oh my goodness, I'm trying to learn how to roller skate because I'm really trying to lose weight and it's just another way, like it's overwhelming. Just ask for that specific thing. If the person asks or if you feel comfortable enough to share more, that's fine. But if asking questions or asking for help is really difficult, focus on one thing, ask for that specific thing of that person, and then you can keep going. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you would like to get started now with your new practice, you can check out the self-care checklist. I'll provide a link in the description. It's a guide for you to just start building those routines to start taking care of yourself. If you feel like you want a little bit more help, you are more than welcome to send me an email at connect@amethystpalaverhut.com. Or if you're ready to take the next step and work directly with me, you can check out the link to schedule a free consultation and we can get started on your journey of growth and development. Again, my name is Grace Simmons, and this is the Random and Wonderful Podcast. Take care, and I'll talk to you all next week.